start. First and foremost, I'm Briana Beverly here with Johnny Cañas. So I wanted everyone on here to see the things that you've gone through to get to where you are now, because your journey is pretty great, I will say. So let's start there. At what age did you first start boxing?
I started boxing at 15. I walked in the gym with Hector Lopez. That's my head coach. I was always getting in trouble at school. I was always fighting, and my mom was always coming to the principal's office to come get me out of getting in trouble. So my mom is what she's like, I found you a boxing gym, and so I went with Hector Lopez, and ever since then, like, I just took off from there. I mean, I only had a short amateur career, but I proved myself in the ring with a lot of good fighters. So.
What was the most challenging part? I know you said that your mom kind of just threw you in a ring and you kind of had to like fend for yourself. So it was kind of like a lion inside of a ring, you know? How was that? How was their experience when you first started?
I was scared. I was scared. I was like, oh my God, like, these are real boxers, amateur professionals. So, like, I thought I was a tough guy. So I was like, first day, I just went in there. I was like, I could beat up anybody, and Hector went in there and he put me in with a guy and he beat the shit out of me. So that was like a humbling experience. And so that I knew there was levels to boxing. So I was like, all right, I could step up my game. So over time, I just started training and getting better. I sparred good fighters, my buddy Alexis Rocha, one of my main, idols that I looked up to. We had Ronnie Rios. We had a lot of good fighters in that gym. I just always had that go-getter mentality no matter what. If someone is more experienced than me, I'm going to find a way to beat them. You know what I mean? That's just how I am.
And I feel like as a boxer, I'm not a boxer, but I'm sure for you, it's like when you have an opponent, you might have a great relationship with them outside of the ring, but when you're in the ring, it's different, right?
Yeah. It's like, like just like sparring, you're cool with your homie, and then the next one will beat your ass real quick, and then you know what I mean? So that's how it is, But boxing is just a sport, I love it, great fighters. There's so much to prove. There's a lot of good talents coming up right now. So hopefully I can get in the ring with, a good talent one of these days, hopefully this year, something, exciting.
For sure. Going back to what you just said, I want to say congratulations, because you did have a fight against Marcus Bow, and you were fighting under the Haiti and Garcia.
Yeah, that was
for you in that experience of having to fight under a really big event. How was that experience? I mean, I know you're saying you want to fight the best of the best, but like, think of it like this: you kind of already had the opportunity to show out in a big fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like being able to fight on a Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney fight, possibly the fight of the year, so far the fight of the year. It was like an amazing experience for me. I just want to give a big shout out to my coach, my manager Bugatti, and Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya, for giving me the opportunity to be able to fight on the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney fight. So it was a good experience. I got millions of people saw my face. So it was a good exposure. So, I'm just only going to go from there.
After that experience, did you notice anything different? Like maybe more fans started, reaching out to you, or the exposure, I'm sure, was big. So how was that kind of benefiting you in your career in boxing?
It was big. After the fight, I had a lot of new fans, people coming up to me, asking for pictures and stuff. So, a lot of people definitely got to see me shine, show my talents. So it was an amazing experience, just being able to see kids look up to me. Because I know that feeling, when I saw my favorite fighter and when I got a picture of them, it made me feel amazing. So I'm glad that I could do the same now. So, it's humbling, and just going to keep on getting better and better. Can't let down the people that look up to me. So it's a good experience. New York was badass. Brooklyn, that's like the pinnacle of boxing. That's like the Super Bowl of boxing. Barclays, I think it was like 13,000 people there. So it was a pretty big show.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm sure it was mind-blowing for you, especially kind of like, whoa.
Growing up, I watched Ryan on TV, like, because I used to work construction when I was young, when I was 18. So I was like, it's just a big milestone for me. I never thought that I would one day be fighting on a same card as him. So it's like a milestone for me. It's like just me like proving points to myself. So I'm happy about this.
Yeah, congratulations once again. I think that's a big milestone in your career, for sure.
Yes. I'm grateful for the for the fights, and just hopefully keep on being on big undercards, and make my name. Hopefully by the end of the year we get something big going.
So kind of wanting to go back into it, I know you have to prepare for a fight like that, and there's making weight and doing certain things like that. What helped you in cutting? I know that probably was really big for you to do, because for me personally, I don't think I can cut a certain weight because I love food and I can't limit myself to a certain amount of food. How is that for you? I know it's probably hard.
Honestly, I'm always on weight, like regardless. So, like even when I'm not like close to a fight.
Yeah.
But hey, I love my Wingstop, so I kind of have little temptations on going out to eat. But for the most part, I thank my mom for her genes. I have a fast metabolism, so I don't really gain.
You're blessed.
Yeah, but I mean, I still eat pretty good, so I'm not really bad on that. But I do have my cravings here and there, so I got a sugar too. So I love soda, so that's one thing I gotta stay away from. But
yeah.
cutting the weight's easy, just running sauna suit like the last 2 days, and I'm already on weight. So
when was the moment in your career thus far that you were like, wow, like this is for me? I know there's situations where sometimes you might not get a win, but that's obviously not in your case now. But there is sometimes where you're in a situation where you might not win. Does it ever bring your I know it's a mental game too. Boxing is a mental sport in my opinion. So I think, if you don't win or it doesn't come out the outcome you wanted, how do you react to things like that?
Well, I'm very hard on myself all the time. If I win, I still am critical, like what I could have did better, what I could have, did in this fight. Um, when leading back to my amateur days, I only had 12 amateur fights. I fought in the U.S. Olympics, or like the elite men. So you have to have like at least over 20 something fights for that. I only had 9. And so I fought against the number 2 in the country, and I beat him. That was my very first like elite amateur fight, and I only had 9 fights. And then I fought the number 1. I lost by a split, and I went to the next elites, but same thing. I beat I think it was like number 4, and then I fought the number 2, or at the time I don't know how that works, but I lost by a split again. So these guys had like 300 amateur fights, and I only had maybe about 12 at the time. So I feel like I'm sound enough to be in the big leagues. So I went pro from there, and I made my debut last year of May, and then I went on a 2 knockout streak, and then I just got my last win unanimous on the Ryan Garcia Haney card. So it's all good learning experiences. You can't knock everybody out. You don't learn nothing from that if you just knock out everybody. So.
And also too, Golden Boy. I mean, this was probably a big set in your career as well. How was it signing with them? Did it come about? Did they reach out to you? Did you somehow connect with them, or?
When I was doing the sparring thing for it's a Bally's thing. It's like they're doing this new technology for boxing. Golden Boy had invited me to it, and Oscar was there. Oscar De La Hoya. He saw me spar, and he thought I was really good. And when he found out that I only had 6 amateur fights at the time, I had sparred a pro. I beat his ass.
Who was it?
I don't remember, but he was a pro. He was undefeated as well. I don't remember who exactly, but from that day on, me and Oscar, we've kept in touch, and I have a really good relationship with Oscar. So he's a good mentor for me, and so I'm just happy that he's in my corner. Growing up watching Oscar is crazy. Like I watched this guy as a kid, and now he's my promoter. So there's no better feeling than that. But yeah, so I sparred in front of him, and after that, my coach is really close to Oscar as well. My manager, Bugatti, and we just all talked it out, and I got signed, and now I'm 4-0 as a professional, and we're gonna keep it going.
For sure. Who's someone that you want to fight? Like a big name, whether it's from past, present, now. Like, what is one person that you always said like, I want to fight this guy. Like, this is the one I want to like get in the ring with.
I would say honestly, I have a little sister. His name's Rollies. So he's like a little sister to me. So maybe me and Rollies one day. Maybe me and Ryan. I like to fight the big dogs. Win Vargas and Ryan's brother. I want all the big names, Emiliano, everybody. So I ain't ducking no smoke. Like I said, from my amount of experience, I'm doing good. I'm gonna keep on pushing. So you know, my manager Bugatti right there.
Hi, manager. I'm gonna ask. I wanted to stop a little bit because I'm going questions, and I know I had mentioned to you that I like when people engage with you as well, because I know there's a lot of people that maybe have questions for you as well. So I'm gonna let the comments ask a little bit of questions, and then we'll go back to my questions, and then we'll end it there.
Yeah, me and Rolly, we can meet at like 145. You know, catch weight. I'll take his belts real quick. Yeah, so basically, you know, me and Rollies are cool. You know, that's my boy right there.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if it comes to some boxing or some business, real quick, I'm gonna fight him real quick.
When you say little sister, is there like a meaning behind that, or is it just what you guys call each other, and like is that
Little sister to me, you know, like, you know, I take, you know, he's under my wing. What can I say? What's my
yeah?
like? So I wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. I go running. I run about 4 miles every day, and then I get home. I get my Starbucks coffee, vanilla iced coffee, by the way, and then I read my book. Right now I'm reading the 48 Laws of Power. So it's a really good book I recommend. And I take my nap for about like 2 hours, two hour little nap, and I get ready for the gym around like, I'm just doing 4 right now, and then we start bumping it up to 6, 8, and so that's what we're doing right now.
Someone asked, "What's the ab workout?" I think everyone wants to know your ab workout.
First of all, you gotta have good genetics. That's one. Two, a lot of cardio. So me, I do about like 2,000 sit-ups a day. So I do crunches, pull-ups, all that stuff. Pull-ups is a really big thing for your upper abs too. I'd have to drop like a whole YouTube video. Honestly, it's a long workout. So
You might
guys
just have to do it,
yeah,
because there might be people.
like do a whole YouTube thing, and then I'm gonna have to tag everybody in it. So
Yeah, I think you had me at the 2,000 sit-ups. That's insane. I can barely do 100. That is absolutely insane.
Those your abs. I'm like, no, I've been eating too much right now. And I need like about 3 weeks, and then I'll do a shirt reveal real quick. But right now, no.
Someone says start the channel, so I think maybe they do want an ab workout from you.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about starting a channel. You know, I did a little bit of vlogging in New York and stuff, so I'm on my little vlogger stuff right now. I did a little vlogging when I was in Italy, so I think, you know, a little YouTube channel would be cool. I think I got the platform for it, so we just get it going. So hopefully I can start vlogging and all that stuff. So I like to play video games too, so if you guys want to see me stream some video games.
Adding the plug right now.
Yeah.
Going off of that, I think as a sport athlete, I think people might misinterpret the fact that maybe you have other goals, maybe other hobbies that people don't know of. If you were not to do boxing anymore, like boxing was like, okay, I finished, let's just say you won, somebody that you always wanted to win, right? You're like, okay, I'm gonna retire now. What's next? What's something that you would do other than boxing?
That's a hard one, you know, like, because boxing is really all I know. Maybe like being a streamer, like streaming video games, because I'm really good at video games. Maybe some Minecraft, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like to play my Minecraft. I don't know. That's a good question, actually. Like, I actually had to sit down and think about that. I don't know, actually. But I think, honestly, I would want to start some businesses, though. So that would be one. Um, you know, I have my mind all over the place. I can't think of just one, you know?
Yeah. For sure. What's something that you would tell your younger self? I mean, I'm pretty sure your younger self would have probably dreamt about where you are now.
Yeah.
What is something that you would go back and tell yourself and be like, okay, we did this, or we're going to get here, but what's one advice you would give your younger self?
I would just say, you know, keep working hard and keep the same attitude you have, because it's going to get you where you're at today. And I'm just very, very proud of you. Keep on going no matter what people say. So just stay focused and just make sure to stay level headed, keep staying away from all the parties and the you know, the drugs and the alcohol, because that's so easy just to fall into, you know what I mean? Especially when you're raised around that environment, you know, that it's so easy to just fall into that. And I've seen a lot of people lose their, you know, their talent, their life to stupid things like that. So I'm very smart and calculated when it comes to things like that. So just, you know, just be yourself. You know what I mean? That's what I would tell my younger self.
That's a good one. I think that's a pretty good one because, yeah, I mean, the things that we know now, we wouldn't know back then. We're like, oh, okay, it's completely different. What's something that motivates you?
What motivates me? I don't know. I hate to sound so cliche, but like really nothing motivates me, you know? Like I don't know. I have this love for boxing. Like it's not really anything outside the ring. I just love being I'm a very competitive, person. Like I don't like to lose. So I always like to be the best in everything that I do. So that's like another motivation that I have. But also, like my little sister Jade, like she I'm like a role model to her, so I want to make sure that she looks up to me and that I could do the best for my family. So and just success and just being able to provide for my family and stuff like that. So that's one of my big goals.
Yeah. 4-0, 2 KOs. How did you even like? How do you knock somebody out? I know that's such a cliche question to ask, but like someone who doesn't box, how do you knock somebody out? Is there a specific technique that you go into? Or?
What my coach always tells me is just like the knockout really comes most of the time when you're not looking for it. Because you go in there and you're like, I'm gonna knock this guy out. You actually get more tired, like trying to kill the guy, trying to knock his head off. Like the 2 knockouts that I had were they just came. Like I was just doing what I usually do, and I got the knockout, But like me, I'm a body snatcher. Like I like to go to the body. I'm a body puncher, so I feel like if I break, like their ribs or something, they're gonna go down because I like to go to the body a lot.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I mean? So I'm a body puncher. So the body shots for me are like, my favorite. It's like taking me to the ice cream shop, you know what I mean? Like love digging to the body. So that's my specialty right there.
Okay. I don't know. Knocking somebody out, I can not even imagine myself getting hit once. I feel like it's horrible. It's probably a horrible feeling, right?
I think you're capable of it until it happens. Like I never knocked anyone out in the amateurs, and then when I knocked someone out in the professional, like, oh, like I could actually do this. I knew I always hit hard. I just wow, like seeing someone go down and like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, like I could do that.
One person that you said Rollies, but somebody besides Rollies, like let's just say a past legendary boxer, who's one that you would want to fight?
Manny Pacquiao. I grew up watching Manny Pacquiao, but I feel like I'm just too tall for Manny and like my length stuff. Like prime Manny versus prime Sugarcane, like I'd stop him like in the 6th round for sure.
Easily?
Yeah, easy.
Okay.
To be honest.
Sugarcane, that name. I wanted to ask you, that was one of my questions. Where did that name come to be? Like where did it come from?
So my last name Cañas in Spanish means sugarcane. But also like I guess I'm tall and skinny, so I look like a cane, I guess. So I've always had that name since I was little, so like that has just been my nickname since. So
okay. that's a funny way. I mean, that's a pretty visual way of seeing it. Okay, that's cool. I know there's some people that have different names. I think people know certain people for certain names, so that's a good thing.
Sugar is too cliche. Like everyone has sugar.
Yeah.
So I'm like, like sugar cane. You know what I mean? So that was like, okay, I'm gonna switch it up a bit. So it's catchy. Yeah. I like it.
It is catchy. That's why I was like, I had a question about it too, because I was like, that's a good thing to bring up because I didn't know. I mean, pretty much, but that's a good way of explaining.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Undisputed. Took all of Haney's belts, Rolly's belts, and Ryan's belts.
What's one milestone that you want to reach this year? Like your ultimate goal?
Probably get like an ABF title. Like an interim or something like that. So we're gonna go for some big stuff this year, but most likely, just keep fighting, staying busy is the number one thing, most importantly. So that'd be a good one.
How long before you are in a co-main event?
Probably beginning of next year for sure.
When do you think you'd be a main event?
Probably like 2 years, maybe like next year. So.
And manifesting, who would you manifest being the opponent in that fight?
Oh, there's so many good fighters at 135 and 140. Honestly, I would have to say, I don't know. Maybe Haney, Ryan, Rollies.
Okay.
Maybe one of the guys would be a good fight.
Yeah, for sure. I think that'd be a really great fight. Thank you so much for spending some of your time with me.
Of course.
You guys don't understand how blessed I am to have him right now because I'm sure he has a busy schedule.
Yeah, my busy schedule is just Fortnite, so What can I say?
Going to see your next fight on TV.
Thank
Any news on that? Anything upcoming that you know of that you can talk about?
Right now, I think I'm maybe fighting July 6th or 27th. I'm not sure yet. We're just
Okay.
staying. So, and definitely in July though. So look out for that. Maybe Vegas or something like that. So we'll see.
Okay, sounds great. We'll keep in touch for sure. Thank you so much. Everyone's saying future world champion. I think they're manifesting it for you.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
keep being positive, and you'll definitely make it. Manifesting all positive, good vibes for you, going your way. That's pretty much it.
Just everyone that's supporting me. Thank you guys for always watching my fights and showing me support and stuff like that. So everyone that's watching this, appreciate you guys so much.
Thank you so much
Everyone,
for your time.
oh, Briana, she's cool.
Yeah, follow me, guys.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this live. The interview was great. I will post it on my page. It's going to be on my YouTube, my page, and my TikTok. So if you guys want to follow my TikTok page as well, it's Briana Beverly with 3 Ys. And just stay tuned. Thank you guys so much. Bye.